Okay folks, well, I still have some feed problems, so we've pulled the back panel off, pulled the front panel off, and now we're going to do some testing. So the first thing I've got to do is just take this nut off here. Take my nut, my washer, toss them in my magnet, pull this red wire off. Okay, pull the blue wire off. To have my blue wire disconnected from the stud here, that's your motor controller or your motor. And then this here is the aluminum block that the diode sits in. And so the first thing we want to do is check this blue wire. So I've got it set on ohms on the multimeter. I'm going to connect my positive and negatives together and I should get 0 ohms, and I do. That means it works, okay? So now we're going to put the black lead on the aluminum block and the red one on the blue wire and see what we get. And I get 0.551 megohms. Okay, then we're going to switch them, and I'm getting, I'm trying to make sure we get a solid connection. It's going between, oh, that's weird, let's check this again. Should be 0.0. So if I go here and I connect these two together, I'm getting 0.552. And if I go the other way, it's bouncing around between 0.2 and OL, which is overload, I think. It's weird, it's reading very, very strange. So it shouldn't do that. It's got some really strange readings. It's not supposed to read like that. I get 0.553 here, but it should be 0.0, and I go this way and I'm getting numbers just bouncing all over. So I think that this diode is bad actually, but we're not 100% sure because it should read 0 in one direction and then it should read a specified amount of ohms in the other direction, and I think it's about 10 k ohms or something like that. So definitely something isn't right there. We think this could be the problem. However, we're getting some very strange readings and symptoms are very strange. What I'm being told is that if this diode is bad, then this thing shouldn't feed forward and reverse at all. And it does. It actually works fine about 90% of the time. And then I get that small percentage of time where it starts to act up on me again. And I've changed the feed belt out, so that's good. It's good and tight. I've made sure it's tight, so we know that's good. So we're going to check some other readings though. I got this from wood-mizer. Any readings other than this will require replacing the diode. So I should have 0 in one direction and some kind of a reading in the other didn't work. So I think that diode is bad, or getting there. Now we're going to test the, we want to test the MOSFET as well, just to make sure that it's not in that rheostat that you turn up and down for your speed control. So MOSFET test, set meter to ohms, we've done that. Red lead to S or GND terminal, black lead to G or unmarked small terminal. Meter should read no less than approximately 1K ohms. So it looks to me like I just need to check from the ground here to this terminal here, and what it's saying, 1K ohms. Alright, let's find out. So we want to go red to S or G and black to G. So we want to go this way. We want to test here to here. Get 270.9 ohms here. Meter should read around 335. So I'm going red to that G or unmarked small terminal. Meter should read no less than approximately 1K ohms. It's reading 271, which is less. Red to G, unmarked small terminal, black lead D or motor terminal. Meter should read around 335. I get 16.65 K ohms. So it says red lead to G or unmarked small, black to D or motor terminal. Should read around 335, and I'm getting 16.65 K ohms. So I think things are weird. In conclusion, I don't get the proper readings here that I should be getting. I should get you know, some amount of ohms in one direction and 0 in the other direction. I don't get that. From these to between these two terminals here, I should get no less than about 1 k ohms, and I get about 270 ohms. So that's definitely less than a k ohm. And then when I go from these two terminals, then I should read OL, and I do. So this is good. This reading's not good. This reading's not good. I'm gonna have them send me the whole panel. I think the whole panel shot. All right, folks. Well, I got this little instruction set from James over at wood-mizer in Wood Village, just outside of Portland, and I've been working on the feed of my sawmill quite a bit. Now last year I was having some feed problems, but I had a loose feed belt, feed motor belt. So I went ahead and tightened that up, problem solved. Everything was good to go. I was having some more trouble with it, and so I went ahead and put a new one on. Got it nice and tight, maybe not quite as tight as it should be, but pretty dang close. I was in a hurry, had a log on the deck, right? Wasn't feeding right. So I thought, uh-oh, I got a problem. So I stopped into wood-mizer, had a good chat with James, and it sounded like I probably had a bad diode on the main control panel on the back of the operator's control center here. And so when I got back here with some instructions in hand that he gave me, I tested that diode, and it wasn't testing right. It should read some quantity of ohms, 10 ohms or something in one direction, and 0 in the other direction. The point of the diode is to allow power to only go in one direction, but that's not really happening. It's got about 2.5 ohms in one direction and 4.5 in the other direction, and that's not supposed to be. So we had a long chat about it though, because the mill quit feeding properly on me on my last job. Tore the whole mill apart, checked everything out. I didn't have parts to replace. I have one. I've got a power control module, but that actually isn't bad. It looks like the diode's bad. So I put everything back together, and lo and behold, the mill ran fine. And I think 99% of the time it fed just fine, and every once in a while it wasn't feeding right. So I went ahead and called James back on my way home, and he said, well, maybe we should check a couple other things. But in any case, he gave me these tests to run so I could check the mosfet. It's a tough word to say, especially when your voice is a little bit gone because you've been sawmilling without a mask on. I should probably learn from that. None of these readings are right. Nothing's right on the back of this mill except for maybe one reading. That tells me that things are not good, something's not right. I'm amazed that it's still running, frankly, and I was able to get the last job done. I did have an hour and a half delay trying to get it fixed, but I got to roll out on Wednesday to go milling. So I'm going to ask him to send me the entire rear control panel section, and I'll replace the whole thing. We'll see what happens. All right, folks, well, I got the new control panel in from wood-mizer. All my testing suggested that the rear control panel was bad, so I got to pull these sides off and pull that out and get that thing replaced. So we're going to jump right on it. All right, battery's disconnected. It's the first thing they tell you to do. Damn it. Okay, get that out now. I'm guessing I just tear everything apart. Make sure that's good and tight, which it is. Guten tight. German torque specs. Take this guy, move this back over here, and hopefully we don't leave any wires disconnected. Set the multimeter up. 11 ohms. No ohms. Woo, that's better. That's the main thing that we were struggling with before. So I think, folks, we're in business. Put this back on. It should be good. Really. Tested good. The one test I did. And one test to me, it's a test that I could not get a good reading on before. So getting a good reading now suggests to me that we probably solved the problem. It probably messed everything else up. All right, put the battery back up. Okay, see what happens. Helps if that guy's on. Won't go anywhere. Okay. All right. Manual. Kick. That works. Everything works. All right, folks. Well, it's time for me to get cracking. I got to get on the road. So we'll shut these cameras off, put everything away, pack that up and the other spare to have them with me. And I got over, oh, I guess what, 675 miles round trip to do to get to 3 different job sites in a week. So I got to pack all this up, get the truck out of the shop, put the truck under the camper, put water in the camper, hook everything up, pack all my crap. It's 12:20. I'm not getting out of here before 3 o'clock today, but we're going to try. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope this helped somebody out. If you got feed problems, you might need to do some testing. Anyway, I got to get on the road, so thanks for watching, folks. The old Jarhead out.